Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. Sorry I was not here yesterday. My internet was all kinds of jacked up. Good morning, Amelia. They had claimed that it was something that was supposed to be a hot fix, but I didn't trust it, and I'm glad I didn't because my internet was still having issues up until about maybe 9:30 last night. But I'm here. Good morning. Let's see, news on the session. We have 9:30 low impact news, crude oil, and I think that's it. Why is my screen? And yeah, that's it. Hopefully I can't trade yet because my data lag is still over a second, which is no bueno. So I'm not sure what's up with that. But I'm going to try to wait until, oh, never mind. There you go. I was going to say I'm going to try to wait until the data lag is fixed, but it looks like it's gone now. How was you guys' day yesterday? You have something at 9? Benefit, business inflation. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? Good morning, good morning. I'm actually kind of cold. Officially getting cold outside. Good morning, Diego. How are you this morning? House got cold overnight. Turn on your space heater and the big heater for a few minutes. It's like a comfortable cold for me. I don't like being hot anyway. But it was just hot. What was that? When did I go out? So last weekend? Maybe it was the weekend before. It was still super duper hot. So it's just a crazy quick turn of events. Oh, that took off on me. Yep. How wonderful. 1.8. I actually would have gotten in if I placed it in the right spot. Excuse me. Hello? I'm not trying to move that. All right. Good morning, Pred. How are you this morning? Not you had the space heater on in the morning and AC in the afternoon. Oh man, yeah, we're at that point. Because it is still getting pretty warm here during the daytime. That's a pretty nice range for overnight. I don't even know. 25, don't know what that's. Oh, 0.25. All right, we're back. All right, that wasn't a bad trade, and I should have been in this sale as well, so that would have been a nice 1-2 punch. Been like two trades in 30 seconds. Ugh. Wait. Oh. $65 for you right now, sunny and a cool breeze. If only. If only. My favorite time of year is typically spring, even though, it does start raining and stuff. Spring and like early fall, I don't mind, but I absolutely hate the winter. Summer, I'm not that bothered. I'm a summer baby, so. And I spent the majority of my childhood being outside. Mainly like for sports and stuff. But if I had to choose, I would like to not have to leave my house when it's hot outside. That would be so nice. So nice. All right, let's see. We are at VWAP at the moment. Oh, I didn't even fill out my journal for the day. Not as almost 2026 and I just wrote 2024. Girl, what are you doing? What are you doing? Did you hear all the Project X drama? No, I did see, well, the only reason I knew there was some kind of Project X issue is because I think Tradeify sent an email, and I think when I logged onto Twitter, which most of my Twitter feed is 2K related stuff now, but I feel like I saw somebody talking about how they were like they made money and their money was taken away or something. I don't know. I feel like I saw something about that. Good fucking red morning. Good morning, Janelle. How are you this morning? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I only took one trade so far. It was a buy somewhere back here. It was this buy right here. Just a pull back with a double bottom. I tried to sell click into this sell right here, but when I sell clicked in, I was a little too high, like 2 ticks too high. If I would have placed it in the right spot, it's just because the market was moving. If I would have placed it into the right spot, I would have gotten filled right there too. That's all the trades so far that I've seen pop up. Just fix all of the top step problems and left all the other props to sit there and wait for help. And top steps, 40% email. Just, yeah. My issue is I just feel like they have way too many outages for me personally. And I would never use them anyway because I can't. But it's just way too many outages. There's no excuse for it. Personally, I don't see how people give them a pass. Like when you think about all the trade evade and rhythmic outages that were happening back then, it really simply was because the prop firm industry was growing at such a fast pace. And most companies, when they first start out, they don't have their own servers. And once they grow to a certain point, they're able to get their own server and things like that. So I just feel like if you weren't ready, Project X was already having, I'm sorry guys, I got the hiccups. Project X was already having way too many latency and outage issues. So for you to then go on to make it to where you're using that exclusively, why? You already can't handle the volume that you have, and now you're gonna make it worse? Okay. I guess that makes sense. I don't know. But yeah. They couldn't trade for the last 3 days. Okay, that part I did not know about. Oh yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know that. 572. What is that number? Oh. All right, so 572. Yeah, that's insane. For real. Mm-mm. Okay, how far up is the high? Oh, okay, we're far away from that. All right, now it changed. It was so close to being a valid trade, but we've stalled here for too long. I wanted the volume to stay lower than this bar. Which this is okay, but the point of control would have to be in the wick, not the body. It's at the open. That doesn't count as a neutral bar. Not sure if that's the truth though, that they can trade. Don't have a big sale the last few days. No, but for real. For real though. I don't like that. DX Speed and Rhythmic and CQG, I think no Project X for them. From what I hear, a lot of different props are trying to like have their own platform. I'm not interested. I'm just not. I feel like, why wouldn't I just go with what I know is tried and true? I don't know. I just don't see the point. And then, part of me feels like they're trying to do that to cut down on like copy trading personally, and not, if you're copy trading for yourself, but copy trading services. I feel like they're doing it for that. But you have third party copy traders that are online where you could still copy trade across different Project X accounts. So I think I saw somebody completely banned third party copy traders. I don't remember who it was, but maybe it was Elite Trader Funding, which most people are not using anyway. I don't know. Not any more coffee. I trade on NT. I don't mind what they do. Same, Diego. If I can trade on Ninja Trader, I don't really care what anybody does. But once you take Ninja Trader away from me, it's really nothing. I can't do anything with that company. Okay. It's a pretty interesting bar. I was wondering if it was going to close with negative delta, and it did. Interesting. That was an interesting push. Sorry, I had to write a long note to myself. Still no Apple Jacks? Well, not this morning, not yet. She's in Germany right now. Oh, I see Amelia said that. Scalp the NQ open. That was green. That's the only one so far, Diego. Not bad, not bad. How was the open? Was it not super volatile? Scalp for only 25 ticks pre-market. Usually that's not my style of trading. Is the market, is it kind of choppy for you, Janelle? That's why you couldn't go or didn't want to go for more? 680 in the green though, nice. Just start looking at getting in pre-market. The follow through seems to be working in YM. Amelia, if you start looking pre-market, about how early, how many hours before market open would you be looking to trade? Don't really like how yesterday's point of control is there, mainly because I don't know yet if I care to like count that as a level or not. I'm pretty close to no longer marking out the value area high and lows. And point of control right now I still am, but I'm pretty close to no longer needing to do that. Okay, we got a double bottom here, which is divergence. I don't like that. 2 points. 100 points times 2 contracts, not bad at all. That's a nice trade. Wasn't terrible. Nice lower lows. 10 to 15 minutes to get a good entry. Nice. That is the best ever when you don't have to sit here for hours upon hours upon hours. Let's see. We just went from the value area high back down to point of control quite quickly. Well, you don't get wicked out if it goes down then up like it does at open. That makes sense. Gold pre-market consolidated too much. You should have traded London. Was there a reason why you didn't trade London? Just because you didn't want to wake up, or did you not think you were going to be able to get anything? 3.8. I wonder if I'll have some tea in there. I'm trying to stop drinking like cold water in the morning, and I forgot to fill up my cup last night. Usually I'll fill it up at nighttime so that in the morning, you know, it's room temperature, but I forgot to last night. And plus I need to change out my 5-gallon bottle too. I forgot to do that before I went to sleep. All right, nice little push through the point of control. So that was just a counter trend sale. Counter trend sale off VWAP. We went down to the buy pressure line, which is what will, we break this, we go into a downtrend. We went straight down to it and bounced right up off of it. So let's see if this is just a temporary bounce, and we're going to continue for the downtrend, uptrend, or if we're going to break it and try to go for a downtrend. Let's see what happens. Not really interested in this sell right now, mainly because it's taken too long, too much indecision. But you see here, this volume bar was less than this highest bar. So, and us trading off a VWAP like that, that lets me know that there's not a lot of effort that's going into pushing through these buyers. Whereas here was a little different. It took too much effort from the sellers there. And if the VWAP was a strong move down, at least in this moment, it wouldn't have taken so much. Oh, we stayed down there. Oh, that's a bad fill. And I need to break even. All right, well, I'm glad I got out. I could have just set my TP there, but I feel like that popped up in the middle of the trade. But just a buy rotation level is probably gonna push through. Yeah, there's the push through. There's the full TP too. That was a bad fill though. It filled me like 3 ticks beyond where I wanted to be, but it's cool. No biggie. I'm still right now, I'm still breaking even at every level for right now. Let's lock that. Thank you, thank you. Tend to fall asleep on the laptop in London, period. Understood. Completely understood. Oh yeah, thank you. I really wish I had the data that could tell me like which levels price tends to push through and which ones they don't, which like I understand why a lot of times we'll hit the buy rotation level and fall, because this is a lower high, so it is technically a level of resistance, so it makes sense. Right now I'm just still gonna either move my take profit to break even when we hit a level, or just TP there. I think if I would have had a better entry like where I was supposed to be, I would have more so just set my TP there and just gotten a quick 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, like 11 ticks, 11, 12 ticks. But it's all good. It's all good. I almost didn't get into it at all. I thought the point of control was going to move up, but it didn't. This bar will close right on this level, 59.75, 59.75. All right, I just changed that to a 5-minute chart just because I wanted to see. Oh yeah, that wasn't too bad. Wait, where's the TP's in there. Okay, that pushed further than I thought we would. I was hoping we would kind of react off VWAP and push up right there, but not so much. 379. All right, there's the change to a downtrend. Come on. Interesting. See, should be in the cell though, if I can click into it. All right, we made that back real quick. The counter trend move, it's really nothing I can do about that one. It's what I wanted. Although I do think possibly at some point, and I have to look at it today, because I think the last time I was on this setting, I was confused as to how important this was, but just making sure that the delta is efficient. The percentage doesn't have to be, but the delta has to be. But I'm still not completely sure yet. We were only a couple of ticks away from where I was going to take profit anyway. But we got it back on the sale, so what ifs. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. All right, so I just lost like a little bit of money just because with me opening up that stop loss to 28 ticks, you know, when I lose and then win, I'm down like maybe $40. So that's what I'm down from where I think the highest, the peak of the green was so far today. But not too bad. And we still got about 30 minutes left. Ooh, okay. All right, all right. We are pushing pretty close to the session low, so definitely have to be careful with that. We are at yesterday's low. How much volume is there? 514. just cancel this stuff out. That's a crazy push. That's such a crazy push up, but it's still a perfect little pullback. I do want to really quick. I'm gonna check something real quick. Is my screen frozen? Yeah. I was about to say, where the hell did that thing go? All right. My screen's gonna freeze like 2 more times. I'm trying to look at something. 1 and 2. All right, that's all I need to look at. That's all I needed to look at. All right, we have crude oil coming in about 12 minutes. Reason since the weekend, I have to use the web app. I wonder what's up with that. Wonder if an update is coming. I think it's so funny how every time you open up Discord, like the app on the computer, it's like always some kind of update. Mine will usually have like 17 updates or something crazy. All right, I'm just looking to see what's going to happen with this pullback. See if we actually use this level as resistance or if we're going to try to push back up off of it, use it as support. What's that? 561. All right, push down a little too far. It's only like 2 points. I don't even want to accidentally get caught in something crazy trying to take that. And it just invalidated itself. Oh, zigzag's red anyway. So we might be heading back down, which based on the 5-minute chart makes sense. Although we did break structure with the 8:55 and 9 o'clock candle. It broke the downtrend, the attempt to switch to a downtrend. Didn't make a lower low yet. All right, let me draw out a no trade zone, consolidation zone real quick. And let me see if I can make me some tea real quick. I'll be right back. Who knows how long we'll be in here. Oh, we have a breakout. 5-minute candles are ugly and big. Yeah, they are. Anyone have any? Yes. So, well, not necessarily for the holidays, but I am going out of town for my sister's birthday, which her birthday is the day after Christmas. All right, that's interesting. I was gonna get into this trade, but it was too close anyway. I would have been okay. Open 20. Wait, what? 225 low. Yeah, so I wouldn't have gotten stopped out because of the, the opening of the stop loss. But then when it came up and closed on the level, it came back down to the entry and then pushed through it. You could see right here. So it closed on a level and this bar came back to the entry and then pushed through. So, but anyway, so yeah, she was born the day after Christmas. And so we're going out of town for her birthday. November though, if I do go out of town, it's like not for the holidays or anything, but I am potentially gonna be out of town sometime around that time, probably. I'm not completely sure yet. It's a few minutes away, that doesn't count. Back there was a huge 3-car accident right as I got, whoa. And it was pitch black, yeah, Well, just San Francisco, but we can't get the scheduling right. Aw. Janelle, when are you guys thinking of going around Thanksgiving or Christmas? No more leaving the house. Girl, I say that every time I leave the house, honey. Every time I leave the house, something crazy happened on the road, and I'm like, see, this is why we out. All right, there's the new low. We did just push out of the bottom of the 30-minute opening range. Cool, I guess. But for me, since we're pushing new lows, not interested at the moment. Yeah, not interested. So until we get some little something going on, I'll be sitting out. Matter of fact, let's just center the price. Oh yeah, I completely ran out of tea. I forgot. I haven't drank tea in so long, but I just warmed up some water because honestly, drinking like cold water on an empty stomach really bothers my stomach. Gives me a stomach ache. So I need to at least drink warm water, if anything, even if I don't have tea. You're still up in the air. You ready to go, honey? Right, that was a crazy dump. Where did it start? Let's see. Kind of started, well, this is the crazy part. I guess since I'm not trading anyway, I might as well. All right, so we kind of started here with the counter trend divergence that closed right on the green line. Then there was a small little bump up. Then we rotated off of one of the, what is this? That's the first, yeah, the first lower deviation band on VWAP. Pushed down another 120 ticks. Came up to yesterday's low. Pushed down another 160 ticks. And we've just been on the way down ever since. Crude oil's in 30 seconds. Sometimes I wish I would have gotten the water dispenser that I have. They have a version where you can have it hot or cold, and I only chose the one that's cold. It's supposed to be cold or room temperature, I think, but it's cold on both sides. I really wish I would have paid just the extra. I think it was just an extra $1 a month to get the hot and cold, because I actually don't mind drinking hot and or warm water. I don't really like cold water at all, to be honest. I have to be really, really like thirsty or like a slight feeling of dehydration or something for me to want cold water. Other than that, it's always room temperature for me. Another new low. There was a slight data lag just now. Nothing too crazy. It just flashed for a very short period of time. Still got 30 seconds before I'm clear to trade, but of course we need to get away from the new lows and just establish some structure above it. So looking at the 5-minute chart, right? Structure was not the prettiest, but you know, depending on how you interpret this mess right here, you know, we broke whatever was trying to become an uptrend, but then we kind of also broke that structure just a little bit, and then we just kind of dropped from there. We pretty much stalled at the current open and also the first upper deviation band on the VWAP. We kind of stalled there for 2 bars, and then just that was it. That's it from there. Right, just touch the support level. Also, zigzag just turned green, so not really interested. That's the second support level. We're trying to establish some support here. It's not doing a very good job. There's the new low again. Created positive delta. I was looking to sell here. Oh. SPAC valid. However, my entry's not all the way right. I'm gonna set the break even because I should have TP'd by now. There we go. I thought I pressed the close button in time, but I didn't. So I was like 4 ticks late or something ridiculous. But so I was gonna open up the stop loss just a little bit, not too much. If I would have lost because I had the stop loss in the wrong spot, I would have been okay with that. But we made a nice attempt at a push up, came down below VWAP, and the support level came back up to retest it and dropped from there. That's the second lower deviation band and the second support level as well. Thank you, thank you. Not too shabby. Got about 6 minutes left. But yeah, that was a nice little slight break, quick retest. Six minutes for what, baby? Until I'm off these charts. Pridge, you can't keep me here all day. You all right? No. Tony T, what kind of bars are those? These are Renko bars. More specifically, these are the free Ninja Renko bars because there are different Renko bar types. You have Ninja Renkos, you have Uni Renkos, O Renkos, traditional Renkos, Renkos with wicks, Renkos without them. There's a lot. So I use the Ninja Renkos, and then I use their free bar status to tell me where the bar will close on either side. The setting that I'm using is 20 and 2, meaning that the brick size is 20 ticks, and the threshold is 2. So basically, in order for a reversal bar to paint, from the highest point of a bearish reversal bar to the close of it, it has to be a 40 tick reversal, and then every 2 ticks in that direction closes a new bar. So kind of like Heikinashi, the open of the candle is not real inside of the trend. Yeah, the open of the candle is not real, but the close is. Alright, we stalled there way too long. It's that late time goes fast. It sure does, and I love it. No. But yeah, I basically I use Renkos with a combination of volume and order flow to determine if I'm going to enter a trade or not. Yeah. So I do have another chart over here, which is a well, it's a footprint chart for Renkos. But I can see, inside of the bar like you can on any other kind of footprint chart. And then I also use the footprint summary chart right here as well. All right, that sucks ass. I technically, So I could have been in this trade. Let's see if I would have gotten filled. I would have. So this bar didn't create a new low, which was fine, right? But whenever we're this close to the new low, I will typically set my take profit to break even once we hit the new low, because a new low could be a source of support at any point in time. So this was exactly what I wanted to see. The volume in this swing up here was higher than the last swing. The point of control was in the wick. As you can see, it was a continuation, meaning the sellers were in control, and the delta was efficient right there. Legit, the only reason I didn't get into it is because of how close we were to the new low, which technically, I mean, 2, 4, 6, 8. We were like about halfway to where my TP would be. But the crazy thing is, it would have never came up and hit my break even. So this is what the inside of the bar looks like. So on the third bar after the close is when it would have came up and touched my entry, and then it just fell from there. So I could have made another quick 110 bucks, but we were so close to the low, I didn't really want to chance that, I guess. Good morning, Paul. How are you this morning? Good morning, good morning. All right, we got 20 seconds left, so we're gonna call it there. Is my charts frozen? They were. Or maybe price was just frozen for a second. All right, so let's go ahead and screenshot the accounts. That's some pretty nice progress today. I feel like, oh, the 29th. Okay, one of these accounts does renew next Wednesday, so I have to keep that in mind. Let me show you guys what the accounts look like. Let's do this. All right, so this is where we are on both accounts. I have now reached, I've reached account highs with both of them. So we'll be at full drawdown on both of them after today. So a nice $270 profit on both, which I'm not really mad at, to be honest with you. So if I go back, just a quick, I guess, trade recap. Actually, let's do this since you guys can see the full screen. All right, quick trade recap. Let me do this, get rid of that so I don't accidentally hit any damn buttons. And hold on. There is a... Oh, that is the best I could do. All right, so let's go back to earlier in the session. All right, so the first trade I attempted to get into, but when I clicked it, I was a little too high from where I actually was supposed to click it. So I missed this quick divergence, counter trend divergence sell, but then I got into the pullback buy off of the double bottom here. Quick 8-second trade there. So then the next setup was the counter trend pullback right here. Nice little 6-second trade off of the VWAP, which we pushed right through point of control. Then I got into this buy right here. This buy rotation level, I'm pretty sure it popped up while I was in the trade, which is why I went ahead and moved my take profit to break even, which as soon as we popped down and stopped me out at the break even, it pushed right on up. So we pushed up about 52 ticks from that entry right there. Next was this counter trend divergence buy, which, like I was saying earlier, the biggest thing with this particular trade right now with bid ask, at least, I don't have It's basically, as long as for this particular trade, the point of control is in the body and the buyers are in control for the buy. It doesn't matter how efficient the delta or the delta percentage is, but I think I'm going to end up changing that to the delta at least has to be efficient. I don't really care what the percentage looks like. So that trade was a loss, which was annoying because I was only a couple of ticks from either moving my take profit to break even or just moving the take profit to the red level, since that is it can be a heavy resistance level. But right after losing that trade, got into the pullback, and that trade was about 10 seconds. And then I think the next trade was the one that I just took, right? Pretty sure. Yeah, because we started hitting new lows and stuff, which is when I sit out. Oh, yeah, so then here was another pullback. Came down, cleared the VWAP, came back up, did a quick little retest of it, and that was a 14-second trade. That actually was my longest trade, probably because it was after the first hour of the market being open. And then, like I said, I could have gotten into this one, the sell right here, since this bar did not create a new low. But I set out because we were kind of close to the new low. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, that's it for me, you guys. I am very happy with today. I don't even know how many trades I just counted. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I took 6 trades, won 4, lost 1, and broke even on 1. Not a bad day, especially considering I missed 2 trades for sure. Or missed 1 trade and sat out of another one. I know for sure. And both of them would have been full TP. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I technically should have been 6, 1, and 1 today. I'll take it. I will. So yeah, that's it for me, you guys. I'm gonna go journal, take my daily nap to re-energize, and really take the time today to I want to go back through my analysis sheet and see if there's any volume and order flow combinations that are on my cheat sheet where now, with as much data that I have, they're just like, it might be a decent win rate, but because in like 2.5, probably almost 3 months of data, it just doesn't have enough examples. That just lets me know it's not a common occurrence. So yes, it has a good win rate, but if it doesn't have a pretty high occurrence, then that's not a consistent pattern that paints in the market, if that makes sense. So I want to go through that and kind of see if I need to remove anything. You're working on evals again after blowing up. How many evals you got, and what companies are you working with? What evals? Evals with what company is my question. I can't talk this morning. I'm sorry. I'm sleepy. That looks like that's a pretty nice bounce up off of the new high right here. Bounced up 80 ticks to go down 140. There's the support right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What a nice push. Too bad I couldn't take advantage of it. Just TPT. Nice. At least with TPT, since it's the a 5-day eval, you don't have to worry about doing too much with it. You might as well take your time because you have to. But yeah, you guys, I'm out of here. I thank you guys for tuning into the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.